Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Zaza Ball back at it again with another video. In today's video, I'm discussing why I decided to stop cursing, right? For me, I have a list of reasons right here on why I decided to stop cursing. And I'm just gonna delve right into them. Again, I'm still a work in progress for real. I wouldn't say that it's like completely gone from my vocabulary, cursing, but it has significantly reduced. Like most times nowadays when I'm speaking in conversation, when I'm speaking to a bro, like you won't really hear me cursing. Or when I'm like texting or say I'm posting a story or something, like I won't really like have curse words in what I'm saying. Like even now when I'm speaking to y'all on YouTube, I can see my videos like these past couple of weeks I've been doing, like you haven't really been hearing me like say too many curse words and stuff like that. And there's a number of reasons for that I'm gonna just delve right into right now. So let's get to it. Number one, I kind of felt like a hypocrite, and that also ties into my integrity. But the reason I say I felt like a hypocrite is because I'm a teacher, right? So I teach students. I'm an elementary school teacher, and so and I've been that for the past three or so years. And I noticed a lot of times I would be telling my students like, watch your language, watch your mouth, don't say that, don't say this, and then I will go home and I'll be on the phone or something talking to somebody and I'm like cursing up a storm. I'm like, like, weren't you just a dude 5 hours ago in the classroom telling a student to watch their language, watch their mouth, and now you sitting here, you're cursing? Make it make sense, bro. Like you gotta do better, bro. Like you're not making it make sense. And so it just like that kept coming to my mind because like, especially like in my second year of teaching, that's when it really hit me. Like, like I'm constantly managing student behavior and like telling them what to do and telling them what not to do. And one of the things I had to tell them was like, yo, stop speaking like that, or stop being mean to your friend. Yeah, I'm sitting at home and I'm cursing and up a storm. Like that don't make no sense. So I felt like if I was gonna be the man to tell a kid or tell anybody else to watch their language, I gotta watch my language first. And so that ties directly into like integrity purposes, right? Because I can't be in a classroom in front of 30-something kids telling kids watch their language, watch their mouth, but I'm at home and I'm cursing. So it has to do with integrity, right? The stuff that I gotta practice what I'm preaching, right? Behind closed doors, even when nobody's looking, I gotta practice what I'm preaching, and that's where integrity falls in. Point number two, I had no desire. I stopped desiring, or I would say, I had a loss of desire to degrade myself and degrade women. And that all started with me not wanting to say the N word and the B word no more. That was how I started my journey of, refraining from using cuss words. That's how I started the journey. I was like, I don't want to say the N word and the B word no more. I'm just finding it, I don't know, I got to do better with that. And it kept coming to my mind. It kept coming to my mind. Right? Like, I don't need to be saying the N word. I don't need to be saying the B word for a multitude of reasons. But one thing I noticed was that when I tried to stop saying the N word and the B word, it was hard for me. And I like challenges. So anything that's hard for me and I gotta try to refrain from it, I'm gonna attempt to do it. Because I'm like, yo, if this is hard for me, that means that one, is actually a problem, and two, is something that I'm relying on too much. So I started this process by just being like, yo, you know what? I'm not gonna say the N word. I'm not gonna say the B word no more. And I've been doing that for, about a year and a half, going on 2 years now, actually, probably in the fall. And it was tough. It was super tough at first, especially like last year. It was very tough because I was so accustomed to saying those words. And it's a shame, because I shouldn't have to say those words in my everyday conversation to speak to people. Like, even if you go back to some of my older videos on this channel from like 3, 4, 5 years ago, like I was cursing a lot. You could see the difference between back then and now, right? And so, this also ties a little deeper, right? The N word and the B word. As I stopped saying it, I started realizing like, wait, these words are actually have really negative connotations. Like they're not good, right? For example, I don't want to sound like rappers. Rappers use the B word to degrade women in their music. I don't want to degrade women. I'm not here for that. I'm good off of that. I got a mom's. I got a little sister, feel me? A younger sister. And I got kids in the building I'm teaching. I got young women in the building I'm teaching, little girls, little kindergartners, first graders, second graders, whatever it is. and I'm saying the B word, like that don't make sense. I'm degrading women, I'm degrading all these good women in my life. Nah, I can't be doing that no more, you know? And that's just not something I want to carry with me as I move forward. In terms of the N word, that's degrading myself, or that's degrading my brother, right? I'm making my brother, I'm reducing my brother to a ninja, right? When he's not that. In reality, he's a king. Reality, he's a child of God. He's whatever, you know, he does for his career. He's this, he's that. He's positive things. I don't want to reduce my brother no more using my language, right? So I had to think about these things as I started refraining from curse words and refraining from the N word and the B word. I just started realizing there was so many layers behind it, right? You know, it's a form of degrading ourselves, right? Point number 3, Proverbs 18:21, which says, and I'll post it down below on the screen, the power of life and death is in the tongue. And so, right, that really means that we have the opportunity as humans, and children of the Most High God, Elohim, Jesus Christ. We have the opportunity to speak life over ourselves and over our situation, right? The more we speak life over ourselves and the more we speak life over our situation, the better our life is going to be. We get better outcomes that way. We see things from a better perspective. We see things from a brighter lens, a brighter perspective when we stop cursing, right? You know, we have the power to speak life over ourselves. If we constantly, and I noticed that because how you think creates how you feel becomes an emotion, that emotion becomes a vibration, that vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. That's what a lot of people used to tell me back in the day. I had some people telling me that. But when you think about it, how you speak, what comes out of your mouth is energy, right? And so that energy starts to travel across, and it vibrates, and that energy comes back to you in the form of opportunities, or how people treat you, or it could be anything. So if I'm constantly spewing out curses and I'm speaking bad things over myself, then I'm attracting that to myself. I don't want to attract that to myself anymore. I don't want to put that over my life. I want to speak positivity over my life, you know? So again, remember that when y'all keep saying, oh, I can't do this, I'm broke. Like, don't be saying that. Stop saying I'm broke. There's no purpose in saying that. Speak life over yourself and your financial, that part of your life. Last point number 4. I want to be a better version of myself. So like I was saying a little earlier with point number 1, I found it hard to stop using the N word and stop using the B word. And because I found this hard, I knew that if I quit it, I could ultimately be a better version of myself because I'm practicing discipline, right? So I knew I had to quit saying these, and ultimately it's helping me to become a better version of myself because I'm not perfect. A curse might slip out, like when I'm driving in my car, for example, and like something like piss me off, somebody like cut me off, or somebody like honk at me real loud, or do something to just like kind of get me upset and annoy me. A curse might slip out, and I might mumble it. I don't usually yell it, but I might like say it under my breath or something. Feel me? And then I'm like, dang, like, I don't need to be cursing. Like I get convicted now. I get convicted. But I will say the N word and the B word are completely out my vocabulary. Those words I'm really not trying to use at all. There's so many other words you could use. We got such expansive vocabularies, guys. Even if you're using slang, right? You could use slang, but you don't gotta curse, though. You don't gotta curse, man. Don't speak that over yourself, man. Don't speak that over yourself. Feel me? Speak life over yourself. Even if you just gotta use slang or use the expansive vocabulary that you learned in school. Feel me? That's why we went to school, for a reason, to learn. Or speak like somebody that you look up to or admire. You feel me? And if they're using curse words, then don't repeat after them. Don't follow that. But if it's somebody else that's that's using respectful language without cursing, try to mimic that. What I've seen it do for me in my life, I've seen it attract better energy to me. In terms of like the form of like I feel like it just like attracts like individuals who are like-minded. Like that is what I've noticed. Like I've attracted more individuals, whether that be like better quality women, or whether that be like different dudes that are like really focused on the word and like want to like fellowship and stuff like that. Like I've noticed that it's attracted and put better energy in my life as a man. like based off of me not cursing and stuff like that. I've noticed this even inspires some of my brothers to stop. Like, you know, like I'll like some of my closest mans, I'll tell them, I'll try to put them on like, yo, bro, like we can't be saying the N word, we can't be saying the B word and stuff like that. And what it does is, right, I don't refer to them as that. And so like they try to I set the standard and they try to meet that standard. They will refer to me instead of saying, yo, what's good, my ninja? They'll be like, yo, what's good, King? Yo, what's up, King? You feel me? And so like it raises the standard. I've raised the standard for me, myself, and that's also raised the standard for some of my peers, right? And that's what I try to do, you know. Yeah, it's important. It's really, really important, you know, because if we gonna call ourselves men and we stepping into manhood, we can't do the things that little boys do, right? Little boys curse, right? Little girls curse. If we want to be able to lead them, if we want to be able to lead the youth, right? We can't do what they do. You feel me? And that thought came to my mind last night. If I want to be able to lead people, I can't do the same things that people are doing. I can't do the same things as them. If I want to be able to lead the youth, I can't be doing the same things as them. And so, you know, this is some of the things, these are some of the reasons why I decided to stop cursing. Those are some of my takeaways. Let me know your journey. Like, do you like, what are your thoughts on like, you know, curse words, and like, how do you feel about like quitting? Have you ever thought about quitting? Have you ever tried? Post some comments in the comment box below. And with that, I'm out. Peace.